on! Come on! Yeah! Fuel lines for the fuel lines.
See what looks nice and what doesn't look nice. I kind of wanted to leave a little bit of room over there, you know, just in case he wants to put a little giggle gas to it. A little more bend, a little less bend, kind of a medium bend. I like this medium bend. Yeah. Figure out how I want to run these. This stupid connector over here. ABS, we don't need that. We can get those clips. Stop it. Thank you. It's not a bad tool if you're not using like an actual spark plug crimper. It's not, I have like 40 of these because every set comes with them.
I think we've had you said that last time you were doing wires. Yeah,
it's like, oh, I left the tool at home. Crap, I did it again.
Eric's certified technique right here.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when your lube dries. It's not fun for anybody.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable.
But it works. A fancy tool. Because look, it even gives you a little guide.
On where to cut.
Yeah, just twist her around.
Eric,
yeah, she's good.
You're forgetting something.
Oh, yeah, I am. I mean, I could have put that on afterwards, but...
No, you didn't even crimp it yet.
Oh, yeah. Stop talking to me! You guys got me out of my groove over here, man.
These hooligans. Perfect.
I just hope it doesn't slip, because I'm going to like punch myself in the face or something.
Oh, man.
Looky here.
I like that.
You look fancy.
I like you. Alright, well, I'll let you do the other two. It's all the same process.
Yeah, it's all the same. I need more zippomatized.
Even though you need to do like a boatload of more things, like
I got a lot of wiring to do still.
Wiring, priming the fuel.
Even testing the fuel system?
Testing the fuel system.
Haven't done that yet.
Oh, man.
They're nice looking, aren't they?
Wow. So
I was expecting them to be farther apart, so like the bulkheads are a little farther apart, but it's fine.
It actually worked out like perfectly. How's that power bridge looking?
Oh, well, that'll be all nice and tucked in like that.
So those two down there, the fuse links, those are going to where again?
One's the fuel pump and one's the intercooler pump.
Then they'll hold the wire.
Yeah, because I know I'm going to drop it and it's going to be like, wink.
Sweet.
Look, it even left like little marks in there. It's funny. Sometimes I'll take a punch. But this one, there's no way that's coming off.
What's in the box?
I don't even know what's in it, but I know that Nick has it in here, Eric knows what's in it.
Oh man, it's more paper.
More paper. I think this is part of a steering column. Let me just put this down somewhere else. It must be in the rhythm. The wrapping presents.
What the heck?
Maybe this is all for his steering wheel.
Oh yeah. That's a wheel.
I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, but we got them in here taken out of here. We'll probably have to try to bend that back, but sure we can fix that though.
Oh yeah.
I think that's...
Can't believe it fits that well.
Oh my god.
That's cool. So it gets rid of all those gauges.
Yeah, 'cause they're not going to work anymore. I just don't know if this is going to fit with the cable. I had to trim the other one. Oh yeah, she fits nice.
Oh, buddy.
Look at that. All the space for activities. We don't have traction control or sport or core or any of that stuff anymore.
So, wait. What?
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I like it.
That was all for the heads-up display stuff?
Yeah, heads-up display was there. This will come out when that whole column gets changed.
Right.
So the shut-off switch wasn't wired correctly, so when you turned it off, it did shut power off to this, which shut power off to the inside of the car in the starter, but it still ran to the alternator, which was correct, but the alternator jumped over to this. So this still had power even when the switch was off.
So how?
And that's a no-no. So I cut off the wire that was here. You can kind of see it here. I'm going to extend it and move it up to here, so it'll be correct then. That's why I put this. What? I don't know. I can't hear you. That's a gallon. This is going to be like 8 gallons loaded. This is 6 gallons, so it's probably 7, 8 gallons. There's a lot of fluid. Look, that's 2 gallons in there, and it ain't even halfway full. There's going to be a lot of weight and fluid back here. Well, I mean, the lack of fuel.
Yeah.
Wow. Gallon number 4, 5. I'm just waiting for like a leak from somewhere stupid.
Say that again.
Watch this one leak.
First fuel in the new tank.
That barely.
Half, that's quarter tank.
5 gallons per minute, so it'll run for a little while.
So 1 minute. Got it.
Actually, 45 seconds is probably. That's about right. I'm trying to like force the fans on right now just to see if they work. I put it at 40 degrees. I'm pretty sure it's warmer than 40.
That's the only thing that sucks with Holly.
So-
You can't test circuits.
Yes. So what I'm noticing is, the power to the relays is off of the power for all the engine accessories. And for some reason, it's not turning that relay on. That's why the pump's not running. Like, I don't know if the engine has to be running.
Could be.
If that's the case. I'm glad I wired mine. So I took that relay out of my harness.
Yeah. The Terminator harness.
I let the factory computer do it because once it turns on the power, they usually stay on for a while. This, like, I can't get it to stay on. So they all passed, and then this should work. Yeah, air temp 77 degrees, coolant temp 84, which definitely means that the air temp scale is not correct. Coolant temp, it's OEM, but there's a couple different OEM air temps. But what I don't like the lack of power on that line and when the car's not running. It did that when I initially flashed it.
Yeah.
So like
It's tied into the fuel pump, isn't it? The fuel pump prime.
yes, yeah, that
Okay.
turns on these relays or gives power to them, so then the ECU can then ground them. So no matter what I do,
Does it say like fan on?
I could probably add a button here. Well, there's no other ones. This is just a Holly screen. It's not like a dash where you're configuring it. It should be on now.
Do fan 2 too, just to see.
I don't have it wired in it. Like it's not.
Oh.
It's not defined in the pin.
Oh,
map.
okay. And you're just pinning in fan 1.
Fan 1 is on output 5, which is wired to the fans.
And yes, it's ground. Okay.
You see how I had to move it?
Yeah.
But I just repinned them. It's because that pump's not on in the back. If there was 12 volts on that line right now, it would work.
What if we key that power?
That might work.
All right, so go key off.
Shut the back power off. For some reason, it must be looking for engine RPM. It did it when I loaded it, when I loaded a file. But now they're synced. So like, it wants engine RPM for that relay to then be
It
back
has
on.
to say like it'll prime like whatever it's defined at. Then once it sees RPM, then it kicks back on. Yeah.
I'm really glad I did not use that to wire my.
Was the fuel pump back there working?
I have that disabled.
So would that click on with all this right now?
Yeah. I don't want to look for fuel leaks until I'm done looking for everything else. Hey, at least the starter, like all that stuff works. Just how the ECU accepts changes. Wait, are they on? Yeah. They're on?
Pretty sure.
God, they're so quiet. Or is it just the fan out front pushing air through them?
Yeah. Yeah, I can stick my finger in there. They're not on.
I'll have to look at the wiring on that and the fuses and stuff, but it's fine. The relays are turning on. It's just not supplying power for some oddball reason. The fuel pump output is only enabled when you're cranking, which is annoying because the fuel pump can't prime them. It doesn't prime. And it's one of those 5 gallon per hour ones that has like that slow start. So I just rewired it so that it gets power pretty much anytime the ECU's on. But the problem is now it also powers all the engine accessories too. I mean, it's just 12 volts sitting there. It's not going to hurt anything. Now I got to figure out why the other fans aren't working. I don't want these fans to have the ability to enable themselves while, say, it's a hot restart and we're cranking the engine. Since we have so many fans on here pulling so much current, I don't want them pulling current along with the starter. So I made a custom output instead of the default one where it has the normal coolant temp activation and deactivation, but it has to be above 600 RPM to enable the fans. So that way they won't pull all that current.
So pretty much as soon as it hits idle, they'll turn on.
Yeah, once it's idling, they have the ability to be turned on.
That's the fuel pump running too.
Fuel pump, intercooler pump, fans aren't on now because I changed this, but say I go in here and I put this at 40 again, and this is 39, they're still not going to come on because the RPM is below that RPM. But if I put below, all I did was change it to from above 600 RPM to below. I love Holly. It's so awesome. I'm just trying to get it started, but I'm being super picky about how this is wired. Yeah, all I gotta do is connect this and we're gonna see what happens.
Looks like she's making some compression.
Well, I have a couple vacuum lines open, so it should be
That's
fine.
it. That's true. The map is saying 100. So.
What's weird is it's dropping out of sync. It's syncing. It's it's losing sync. Okay. I mean, it's 11.7.
I heard it fire like. Ugh.
Yeah, well, it does that when it catches the RPM,
Yeah.
then it drops out of sync. Now I think we're flooding it out too. Doing a lot of priming fuel. Right off. Clean oil pressure. That's good. Yeah.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Yeah!
That should fit actually perfect. Oh yeah.
Nor is that gonna work.
Because you took those out.
Yeah, I was gonna put this there. I thought this is where they had it.
No.
One of their cars has it, or one that I was just watching.
They had that screen literally in place of the factory screen. It fits perfect, apparently. But
Get another one.
there you go.
See your start button in there? It's in there. It's not hooked up, but it's where the heads-up display stuff was. So it's behind the key. I can't get the key as a use just yet.
So what? Oh, yeah, that's the idea you had. Well, you showed me that you were gonna do that.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, that looks great. So that is where the heads-up display controls were. It was, what was it? Up and down and like.
Up and down and just like.
This was like an up and down toggle, which this toggle switch fits perfectly in there. You put an engine start button there instead, because the key will not turn the engine on. It doesn't. We don't crank. It doesn't crank over now with the key, so I'll have to use a push button. Or that. Nothing turns it on yet.
Fancy. Look at your fancy start button. We'll put it on here. That way, when we put the other thing on,
Oh my God.
we're good.
Is this how you're gonna start the car today?
It's gonna be great. Got your fancy vacuum block off here. Yeah, it's because I don't have that adapter yet, so we have the spark plug blocking that off.
Why do you always have a camera in my face?
Stop doing your job. Stop doing your job.
I'm doing my job. So that is
Horn button assembly.
horn button assembly.
Oh, what the?
Yes.
You didn't
No.
see
No.
that.
Those are mine. They sent them to me. Swear to God. I asked them last time. I was like, "Yo, you didn't send me gushers, but they did."
Come on, get out of there, please. What are those?
Probably firewall block offs.
No, this is part of the column stuff, I think. What are these? This does look like a firewall block. You know what? It probably is because that column is smaller. Damn, Josh was right for once. It's got to be. It doesn't say. But now that I'm looking at this,
I had those. Those were good.
are these sour gushers?
Want gusher? No. Johnny,
Are they sour?
come experience
The gut.
childhood memories.
Experience the
Live
gush.
your childhood memories,
First
man.
time since like, I don't know, 08, throwing it back to like Need for Speed Underground 2. Thinking of Mountain Dew in the basement.
Mountain Dew Code Red.
That's it right there.
And Eugene's over there in the vet.
Oh, you want a gusher? Yeah.
It's fixed.
That thing's fucking rev happy. Holy shit. Yeah. When you guys started cranking it, I was on the phone with the customer and I was like, fuck. I started running outside.
All right, you go over there. I'll work this. This is the part that makes me. I've had too much caffeine, so I get
Yeah, I know.
angry really fast.
Now you gotta take off all the belts for one thing.
Yeah, it's still better than like doing the split drive stuff on the supercharged C6. Get the AC belt guys. You're gonna hate life.
There we go.
This is kind of the shitty part though.
Here,
With this,
can
you
you
gotta
pull?
like
Oh, look at that.
boop.
What?
It'll fire.
Oh, hey, Eric. Forgot one.
That would help. A little extra extra fuel in that cylinder.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was
Did
that?
Is there a blow off valve? Did it build too much pressure?
Maybe.
In the AC
it was-
system?
Maybe it's like a pop valve in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
How much Freon did you put in?
Literally what the dude said.
Yeah, that's not.
Surprised 2 pounds did that.
Yeah, there's the valve right there.
Well, it's pretty sweet that it has that valve.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Override number 7. This, I love how easy this is. This is stupid easy. All I did was, I know I have it set for LCD 7. You select 7 and it works. You knucklehead. It's going on and off. I don't even know how. Oh, you know what?
Cycling?
Minimum RPM. It's surging.
Maybe add a little bit more. It started a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it runs, I don't care right now. But
I got no flow through there either.
I know. You want to grab that while I fix this table?
Grab what?
Freon.
Now it's down to 81. It started at 90. 68 now. Oh yeah. Careful.
Brake lights work?
Yep.
Here, do me a favor, unplug that black box there. I have 2 things plugged into it. I didn't know what that was. I thought that was HVAC stuff, so I just disconnected it. Oh my god, this headache has got to stop. Like, I don't know what that does, but let's see if the windows and shit still function. Yeah, so that's got to be HVAC control, and I don't care about that. It's too small to be a BCM. The BCM's obviously still in the car.
Yeah.
None of this stuff would work otherwise. So he wants his line lock on the steering wheel, but if I'm not putting the column in now, I'm gonna wire it back up here. It's a button that it's in the other one. I just gotta put it back in. So yeah, so it's gonna delete the key, but I guess he'll still be able to use this to unlock and lock the car. That's cool.
This is way more than, like, even halfway filled, this is more than 5 gallons.
Yeah, Eric put about 7 in it.
Okay, Mike, I'm probably gonna need your pump. This is like way bigger than I thought it was.
Fully swapped on that.
Yes, it made a decent bit more power, but the belt slipped at 6,500. Oh, that's gonna be boring again.
That looks nice because it kind of comes apart.
Yeah, I wish I had more of those, but it's fine. I'm gonna tie it, even though it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna do it. Oh, because like I want this to stay the same, but I don't want that to move around so much.
So, what did you just do?
Get rid of the in-cabin AC, so it should make the inner chiller function a little better.
I thought you were done with this portion.
I wish. It's a little hot and sticky down here. Hopefully I'm almost done under this side of the dash. So I'm just gonna push this wiring into there and hope it goes to the other side.
What wiring is that?
Ignition, starter, and the CAN wiring for the dash.
What are these right here?
That's for the coolant pressure sensor. I haven't wired that portion of anything yet.
Does the button illuminate?
It might when you push it. I'm waiting for the screen to come on. I'm putting my foot on the brake just in case. Because it does have a ground. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. And then I'll wire this into that once we do the other column. Because like that turns on everything else. Like, you don't need the keys. Like, what the fuck? Half this shit doesn't work. But yeah, that's cool as shit. I like it. But I want to set up this dash so it's not this one. I want to use, I think I want this to be the main dash, but the RPM, like, so it's got like a bar graph.
So I'll know when to shift.
Yeah, but the thing is I need areas for switches, so I could put them on the next screen, but I'd rather them just all be on one screen. There's one on here that actually, this looks like a kind of like the factory dash. I like this one, but it doesn't have a good RPM gauge. Okay, this is RPM at the top, so I could use that and then just repurpose all these other ones. Menu, customize, okay, that can go away, yes. So let me see what kind of gauges I can have, because see, I like the digital with the bar. I want water temp, oil pressure, fuel pressure, trans temp, there's a lot. So there's thin analog and then regular analog, bar graph, digital, symbol, status LED graph. So there's the bar graph, I like those. Like when you're looking at temperatures instead of PSI, it's nice to have a bar graph.
This is such a pain in the butt.
It's more like looks like a pain in the rib cage.
Oh yeah, well it hurts everywhere.
Rib cage.
Just be a lesson to anybody. Don't put solid bars in unless you plan on never working on it again.
He's gonna be like, why is there this little light bulb down there? Don't worry about that.
It has.
You gotta see it. Well, it'll melt if it's inside.
So what is this?
You know, that's why I put it right there so we can see it.
Is that so that you know if it's working or something? Sure.
No, you need to have a little bit of resistance on this wire for this alternator to charge. So we swapped from the factory alternator, which was pulse width controlled. I thought I could control with the Holley, but Holley only does 12 volt pulse width. This needs a 5 volt pulse width. So this is an 04 to 07 CTS-V alternator, which uses the older style regulator.
And so you put the LED in there because LED is.
Well, it's not an LED.
It's not LED?
It's an incandescent bulb.
Oh.
An LED won't work for this. I mean, we're going to put a resistor in here, but this is just to see if it works. And if it works well enough, I'm going to leave it in there because it'd be hilarious. That is hilarious. He's got Christmas lights on his car. Might have popped it. Is it charging?
Go ahead. It came back on.
It comes on, Mike. I thought they were supposed to do that because it's an indicator light. Like when your alternator stops charging, it'll come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Damn it! I wanted people to laugh at the light bulb. You know, be on while it's running. So that's just an indicator if it's not charging. It'll come on if the engine's running and it's not charging. Okay. But that's not why it's there. Oh, fucking shit! Dude, I don't even have it pulling any timing on the two-stack. If you pull timing, it'll do that more. Yeah. Dude, it's fucking a flamethrower.
Oh my god, that's sweet. Alright, so he needs to get this thing
Dude,
doing
all you do is
wheelies
plug that sub harness back in, the power steering works.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lumen up and run it. Yes. I mean, he will use these to reduce power if he's overpowering the track, why I'm putting them there. So you can reduce the timing by 2 degrees here, by 4 degrees here, and if you have them both on, it'll pull 6 degrees. That one's going to limit the drive-by-wire, the throttle body by 20%, and then I have one more to enrich the fuel mixture by half a point. A lot of fanciness.
This is really cool stuff.
That's why I bought the dash. I was messing with this on Tuesday, and I'm like, yeah, I need this, let's buy it.
So you can do all of this with yours now?
Yep. I'm going to spend all weekend doing this on mine, you watch. So like that's on this screen. Here's the previous one. Or that's the one before that. This is what he's going to use most of the time. Although I think I'm going to change that background eventually. See how it says Holley Fine background?
Uh-huh.
It looks cool, but the black background makes it easier to read.